Hi,
Hi,
welcome
welcome
to
to
the
the
Heartful
Heartful
Legacy.
Legacy. I'm Emily.
And I am Louis. And before we go any deeper into what it is, the Heartful Legacy, let us briefly introduce ourselves. I come from a beautiful city in Belgium that calls Ghent. So that's why my little accent, forgive me for that. I was born and raised in Ghent. That's where I went to a boys' school early on in life. That's where I had my master's degree in physical education and movement science. That's where I got my teachings degree too. At the age of 7, 8, I was diagnosed with ADHD. So early on in life, I was medicated, and that had a huge impact on my life,
Mhm.
sadly. And then at the age of 25, I had my mom that suicided herself, and that was also a very cruel experience. Shortly after that happened, I moved to Canada, where I am now. And so for 13 years now, I'm an immigrant in a beautiful country, but I kept on going with a very busy life. It's like we're conditioned with a very, very busy life, uh, how to live a very busy life. And when I came here, I got in touch with a lot of nature. I like that a lot, but I got stuck in a life where I had houses, grounds, a boat, where I was running out all the time, to get up with everything, to pay the mortgage, to live that life, that very busy life. So I was a slave and a workaholic. I kept on doing that for a couple of years, and then I'm from Belgium, so I had also an alcohol addiction. I drank a lot of beer, and um, that led me to smoke a lot. I smoked weed. I was into an addiction. I lived a life where I was not there, but the character Louis was doing it. And so now I'm 38, and it's now almost 3 years that I'm clean of all of that. I live a very simple life in a little apartment now. And the person that helped me discover myself and demystify my character Louis was Emily, sitting next to me. Um, and that was a beautiful discovery. Um, it was not always easy, and it is not easy to discover who you really are. Like, put light on the dark side of yourself,
Mm.
but it's worth it. It's such a beautiful experience to grow and grow together, and yeah, more and more synchronicities came into my life that led me to a wonderful experience, and it was Vipassana. That's a silence retreat, where you sit for 10 days in silence and where you meditate. And I got rid of my all that suffering that my life put into me and that I was creating. And I realized that I was the only one who was creating all that suffering, and that my life was had led me to that character. And I played that role, Louis, so good that I forgot to live the present moment. That's why I want to share it today with you, and it's so important to share it. I think in this world with all that um, information and chaos, I think it's important that this people seeking for their inside, for their, and then my inside was empty. Was I was happy on the outside, but on the inside I was empty and I was not happy. And now I'm living a life where I try to um, fill myself through the present moment and through a lot of beautiful experiences along the way. And that's where we will meet in the next coming episodes. That's how we where we will put out how I came to encounter myself and what how did I came out of that suffering and dark side of me. It was such a beautiful experience till now. The last couple of years were amazing. And so thanks to you, I'm here today, the person that I am. And thanks to me too, because it's me that doing the work while I'm meditating and while I'm working on myself. It's a very rough road. Don't think that it will be an easy road. It's a very rough road, and it will be rough till the end of my life. But I'm aware of it, and I know where I go, and I'm living now in gratitude that I can witness and that I can share this with you. And I want to share it with you because it's too important. Now, enough of me. That was not briefly. But yeah, yeah. Now it's your turn. This beautiful being.
Okay. So, I am born and raised in Montreal. I am Canadian, um, born from a Quebecois father and a Chinese mother. So I grew up with the mix of two cultures. And I would say that from early on, I felt very different from a lot of people, even alienated because of my sensitivity to the world. I had a hard time feeling like I fit in with school, with the environments around me. And I think when you are empathic or you are very sensitive, we can feel those things. And so I had to navigate that a lot throughout my life and come to terms with that sensitivity. And alongside that, creative expression, arts, and beauty have always been my saving graces throughout all of that struggle and throughout the anxiety, the performance anxiety that I encountered, and the perfectionism. So, hanging on to beauty and the creative aspects of life were really what carried me forth and what led me to study photography. It was my way of observing the world and showing and expressing that beauty through the lens of a camera. And although I didn't necessarily follow through with that, it comes through in the mission of what we want to share through Heartful Legacy is to be able to cultivate that lens of beauty. And so I'll also mention that when I was younger, I cultivated this ability to observe myself and observe others, and that also translates through the photography and the arts. To understand also the human psychology, why do we do the things that we do, and just really be able to come into myself and reflect on why I am the way that I am. And so that's been a huge part of my journey since I was a little girl. I journaled a lot. So those were some of the tools that helped me to get to know myself in such a deep way. And so I mentioned photography ended up leading me elsewhere. And throughout the years, I did several different jobs. occupations and careers, but I always felt inside of me that I was meant to lead something of my own. It was very hard for me to follow someone else. So I carried that within me, and ultimately in 2020, I suffered a burnout, a professional burnout, and separation. So it was a tough period in my life where I had to really take a look at the life that I was building for myself and the ways that I was also hiding from exposing myself. I was staying very small, and I hid behind jobs, behind people, so that I wouldn't have to come out and share what I really wanted to share. And so I decided to move several hours away from my home, 4 hours away to be precise, into this region of Charlevoix, which is an incredible place, a beautiful place filled with nature, and that has been very healing and inspiring for me. So from there, I decided to tune into what my real gifts are, and that's when I started to discover the sound meditation and started becoming a sound meditation practitioner that is anchored in heart coherence, and also fulfilling my Reiki initiations, and this past year finishing with my Reiki master. So it's been a journey of just embracing what's come natural for me, what was always natural for me, and allowing myself to be seen, and also creating spaces for people to come home to themselves, to discover what's true and what's real, away from all of the distractions that you were mentioning earlier, and to embody that and to start to taste that. So that's been my journey. And when we met, amongst all of the conversations and the different layers that needed to come down, we've felt that we were deeply connected by this common desire and mission to share, to transmit, and to bring forth beauty into the world, to have a positive impact. That's what our intention is in making these videos and this YouTube channel. It's about creating a positive impact with our own knowledge. And so that's where Heartful Legacy was born.
The Heartful Legacy. The Heartful Legacy is, what do you want to leave behind as a human being when you quit this planet? It is so beautiful what we can experience, and yeah,
there's so much more than material possessions. There's so much more than what's tangible. We are kind of going into the subtleties of the human experience. And this question is, what do we want to leave behind? And what if the most beautiful thing is that the most beautiful thing that we can leave is a loving impression on those that we have, walked this path with? That's really the whole basis of our project, and we feel that it's important to stimulate the gift of being human on that, question, that fundamental question, because when we're connected to that gift, when we remember that gift, we see the beauty in life, and it helps us to
grow.
It helps us to hold on also when things are difficult, and to see it as part of this wholesome experience of being human.
Let us be clear, this is all based on the newest science that came out recently. So we're not here to get another motivational speech about how you can change your life. No, it is really, we don't do any work for you. You do the work. This is pure inspiration based on cutting edge science, and it's non-sectarian. Very important. There is no religion at all. Also, what we want to mention was it can be you live that there's people for whom it's not possible to apply what we will teach because of their environment. If you live in a war zone or in difficulties, or and we're aware of that, and so we are sorry if that is the case. Later on, we will translate also. We will try to do all the movies in French too, and maybe in Dutch. Misschien in het Nederlands een beetje. But we will see later on. So for now, that was
our brief
introduction. Brief, yeah.
And what's coming up?
Yeah, what's coming up? We have a series. So this is just an introduction of who we are, what do we want to do, and then what's coming up is a 10-part series that we are connecting to a beautiful video of Hermana Peggy. You will see it later on, it will come out, and it calls The Gift of Being Human. Like she said already, we want to go back to that gift that when we're born, we have this beautiful life in front of us and we can do such amazing things. So we are going to talk about how you can go from a survival mode to a thriving mode, what it is, energy, vibration, frequency, what it is, the quantum field, that everything starts with you, that everything is interconnected, the law of impermanence, the taboo on meditation. Yeah, it's quite some exciting topics where we will talk about. So stay in tune. Stay tuned, and
that'll be coming out soon.
Yeah, follow us, subscribe, share. Yeah, that is all. That are all the ways how you can participate and
help and be a part of this community. And thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us.
So this, we hope from the bottom of our heart that this can start a new and beautiful community that has as a common goal to leave a heart full of beauty behind when we leave this planet. So until then.